Hi there! I'm so happy to be talking to you again. It's been a month since I'm in Lisbon and it's been 3 weeks since my first video, so you can imagine how much has happened since then. I started my studies at university, I went to explore the city center just a little bit, I attended the welcome party for exchange students hosted by university, and I just met a whole lot of great and wonderful people from many different countries, so I'm super excited to tell you all about that, and it's gonna be a long video, so those of you who don't feel like sitting and watching the whole 15 minutes right now and want to see just a clip about university or just a clip about the city center, go ahead to my playlist section and check out the short clips. And those of you who are up for it, let's go to university. As I told you, I studied New University of Lisbon, Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, or how locals call it, Universidade Nova de Lisboa, Faculdade de Ciências Sociais e Humanas. Please don't hate me if I said that wrong. Anyway, I ended up here with the help of my incredible master program, Comparative Social Research at Higher School of Economics back in Moscow, and Erasmus program. So in October, I applied for a scholarship at Nova, and in November, I already got accepted here at Nova for the second semester. Right now, I'm showing off the campus of the faculty, but to make it easier, let's just go to the map first. Okay, you might think, seriously? 5 buildings for one faculty? But in fact, the buildings are not too big, and for example, most of B2 is occupied by the computer class and the bookshop, and half of Tower B, if not more, is occupied by the administrative staff and student facilities. Let's start with the B1. So, overall, I'm taking 3 courses: British Cultural Identities, North American Literature, and Portuguese Language course. In this room, on Saturday mornings, I have British Identities. But that's not the reason I brought you here. This building is probably my favorite because it has this amazing big hall with a beautiful terrace. Just look at those orange trees. It's usually packed here, but because the video of this hall I took on a Saturday, there is nobody here now. Now let's proceed to B2. Here I have Portuguese classes 2 times a week. I already mentioned this building when we were looking at the map. It's the one with computer class and a bookshop. Oh, there it is. So there are no classrooms downstairs, only upstairs. And here is the computer class. Here, take a glimpse. There's help desk here as well, so if you have a problem, there's usually someone like this guy to help you out. Now we proceed to building A, where I have North American Literature. Okay, so the naming of the rooms here is really strange. Here you have on the first floor 03, 4, etc. Yeah, see that? And in the previous building they had 0.03, 2, 1, etc. It was very confusing for me at first. Now let's go to the biggest building on campus, Tower B. Oh, by the way, did you see that fancy coffee machine in the previous building? That's right, they have public Nespressos. And it's cheap as well, only 55 cents. But anyway, while we're walking towards this big tower in front of us, you can actually see the campus. There is a cafe with really good pastry. In fact, let's come a little closer. So, yep, there is a terrace and a cafe. We would go there for chocolate croissants with galão, which is Portuguese for coffee with milk. There is also a bank on campus. There it is, behind the tree, the red one, which is nice to have on the one hand, but on the other, it's a pain in the ass to open an account there. Now we are finally entering Tower B. It is the main building on campus and the highest one. It has 7 floors and most of them are occupied by auditoriums or by the administrative staff. On the first floor there is the canteen and the copy print. Let me show you the last one. To reach the coffee place, you need to go through some kind of a student leisure room. There are sofas, table tennis, a TV, and many other things. I personally don't like it because the sofas are dirty and it smells like a hotel room where smoking is allowed. And the Nova Copy here is a place where you can scan, print, or copy your documents or go to get the texts for your classes which are not in open access. Be prepared to pay 5 cents per page. And the final place worth mentioning, obviously, the canteen. So here, instead of one line with a variety of foods, you have 3, where in one line the food is all the same. Here are 2, and in the next hall there is one more. Yes, here it is. And there is a buffet with pastry, sandwiches, and coffee. The principle used here is that you have a fixed meal which costs €265 and includes a bowl of soup, main course, salad, a drink, and a dessert. The main course is some kind of meat with rice and or potatoes, but it seems to me that this line is vegetarian. The dessert is usually some kind of yellow cream or chocolate mousse, but both of them are nasty. The portions are quite big for this price though. And here is another hall, a smaller and a brighter one. This is actually where we had our welcome party, which I'll tell you about next. So today is Thursday, February 23rd, and Nova is hosting a welcome dinner for exchange students. You can see the students arriving now, and believe me, there's quite a lot of them. About food. These are some kind of appetizers with shrimp, and the main dish we had to choose beforehand. Just so you know, you pay €5 for that. Here's the dessert and the drink, something like this fruity powder with water. But enough of that, let's go and talk to people.
Hi, what's your name, where are you from, and how do you like tonight's evening?
Hi, I'm Marius. I'm from Berlin. I liked it a lot. It was a nice little dinner. I found it a bit confusing that nobody of the official persons made a speech or anything or opened it officially or something. But I met a few nice people, and so far it's quite nice. Food was nice also.
And how do you like your experience in Lisbon so far?
Lisbon is a very beautiful place, and yeah, I've been here for 2 weeks now, and I really got settled in quite good, and I like it a lot. The weather's a lot better than Germany in this around this time of year, so it's all good.
Okay, well, thank you very much. It was nice meeting you.
Thank you. You too.
So I'm Bartosz, I come from Poland. I'm 22 years old and I've been in Lisbon for 2 weeks already. But today we are having a welcome dinner for Erasmus students. We've just had a delicious meal. Some people took the regular option, some people chose the vegetarian option. I actually mixed both of them. I guess my friend over here did it too. Now I'm having a dessert. Yeah, and it's really good. What about you, Sergey?
My name is Sergey. I'm Erasmus student from Albania. 22 years old too. I mix the food. I like to mix the stuffs. And the dessert was very nice. I enjoyed it. It was delicious. I don't know what to say. But anyway, that's zdravia. It's water anyway.
Take care.
Hi, I'm Tatiana from Moscow. And yeah, so far I enjoy to be in Lisbon. Lisbon is cool. It's just really cool to come and visit it. And about today's evening, I'm kind of like, it's okay, nothing much. I didn't really expect much, and yeah, that's how it went. And the food was okay. That's it. Quite disappointed.
This whole thing ended with an after party on campus with music, dancing, lots of wine, and sangria. Right now, I will show you a little bit of the city, but not from the point of view of a tour guide, like the places you must see whenever you come to Lisbon, but more from the perspective of a person who just came here and started exploring the city step by step, because these videos I recorded during the first 2 or 3 weeks of my stay. I wanted to start from this square of Marquês de Pombal, because for a long time for me this was basically the center of the city, because this is where I would come every time to start my long walks around the city into the very touristic heart of Lisbon. This right here is a very lovely park, Jardim do Príncipe Real, or literally the Royal Prince's Garden, which you will encounter if you turn right from Avenida de Liberdade and go up long enough. You know, Lisbon is a very vivid and lively city. Just like everywhere else, here you have heavy traffic, lots of people and noisy streets. But what I like is that it keeps surprising you when you don't even expect it. For example, when you take a narrow path to some yard behind the buildings in one of the lively streets, and you end up in a beautiful, quiet place with blossoming cherry trees. Or when you keep walking through the city center packed with tourists and suddenly appear on a mesmerizing square of commerce by the river. Special attention deserves public transport, namely the buses. Most of the time when I need to go long distance, I take a bus, and every time I do that, I feel like I'm on the night bus from Harry Potter or something. They go so fast, and they take such sharp turns, and they get into such narrow places where I wouldn't dare go in even if I were driving a smart. I think I'm gonna let you finish the ride, and then we'll go and try some local market food. On the 4th of March, basically a week ago, so I'm kind of catching up with the real time here, I went to mercado with some of the great people I met here. Mercado is basically a marketplace or a fair with lots and lots of local manufacturers presenting and selling their products, mainly food and wine. The one that we went to lasted only for 3 days and took place at Campo Pequeno, a building emblematic for bullfights. Although I'm not sure if they still practice it there these days. They might, because as far as I know, they still have bullfights in Portugal, just like in Spain, only they don't kill the bull. But anyway, we tried so many good and different things here. The jam, the cheese, the granola.
If you want to try, we have different flavors. This is the original one. Cocoa, pineapple and mint, coconut, puffed rice for kids, and salty.
And which do you like better?
Well, I'm a fan of cocoa.
Alcohol is reduced. You don't taste the alcohol in any kind. If you want to try it,
Thank you, yeah, okay. I think wow. Jelly chocolate. Oh, that is so delicious. The
Okay, that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. Actually, you know, when I was recording this ending for the first time, I was only thinking about going to the ocean, so I was like, well, you know, maybe next video would be about the ocean. But now, judging by my Instagram posts and my burnt face with white circles around eyes, you can tell that I've already been there. Therefore, now I can promise that the next video will be about that trip. Plus, one of my best friends from Russia is coming this week, and there will be lots of tourism going on. Therefore, I can definitely promise something interesting in the next video. Well, anyway, thank you again for watching. Have a nice day and wait for more stories.